Okay, so let's get it started. We don't have much time, so I will be sharing my screen so you can see it here. And today we will be talking about Ryerson University International College. So Ryerson University International College is located right in downtown Toronto. It's a beautiful building. You can see, and actually we have many buildings, 5 to 7 minutes walking distance from each other. It's very hip and modern environment. So if you're like very young, ambitious, you want to live busy city life, then it would be really good place for you. So actually Ryerson is located in the busiest intersection of the whole Canada, which is pretty good. So when I was moving to Canada, I was choosing Toronto, and I always knew I want to live in downtown. I want to study in downtown, and that's exactly what happened to me, because in the big cities there's more concentration of jobs. There are more options and opportunities to meet new people and network. So that is one of the reasons. So Ryerson would give you all these opportunities as well. Okay, just 1 second. So Toronto is the largest city in Canada, even though it's not its capital, 7 million people. And as you can see, it's #1 most youthful city in Canada. It means that other international students, they come to Toronto, as well as other young people, even Canadians from the different provinces and smaller cities. They try to come to Toronto to build their career. Top 10 most livable and safe, diverse cities in the world. And again, going back to my example, I'm from Russia. My husband that I met, he was an international student as well. He's from India. And we have two daughters now who are Canadian. So they were born in Canada. So as I'm saying, we're a good example how diverse Canada and how diverse Toronto is. Okay, so this slide is explaining basically how our program works. Basically, you finish your high school and you can put in the chat, which country you're from. Can you put in the chat? Where are you from? What country? Yesterday, I was talking to students from Colombia. Just write it in the chat so you can see where you're coming from. Hopefully you can participate. Okay, so we'll wait for a few answers here in the chat.
You're invited.
Don't be shy.
In the chat, or if you want to open your microphone, it will be fine. Don't worry.
Exactly. Just type which country you're coming from, where you're located, maybe city. So that would help me to make it more personalized for you.
Well, all of our students are Colombian. They are from different cities because we're with Spain, and they're a very big school board here in Colombia. So maybe the cities are different, but they're all Colombian.
Sounds good. Perfect. Okay, so then it's pretty easy. So you're finishing your high school in Colombia, and then after this, you come to the Ryerson University International College for International Year 1 experience, which is not, by the way, foundation. And then after that, you progress to the second year of the Ryerson University. So we're talking about the bachelor. You, at the end, getting a bachelor degree from a recognized university such as Ryerson, and you will be studying for 4 years. Okay, I know that's quite popular right now to go to public colleges, which I understand in terms of the pricing and the programs are shorter. But trust me, employers usually prefer, for better jobs and better salary, people with a bachelor degree or master's degree. So for instance, I'm actually right now doing my master's degree in order to compete for better jobs. So I'm just saying it to you from the perspective of the person who was living in Toronto and Canada for a while as an international student. So basically, the first year with the Ryerson University International College, what it gives you, basically, it's easier admission requirements to Ryerson University, and you will be in class with other international students. So you will have no Canadians during your first year with us, just because the first year is very crucial. This is the year when you decide, okay, I want to stay in Canada or I want to leave, or you feel homesick, so there are a lot of emotional roller coasters are happening during the first year. So that's why we decided to create such program for students where you will be on campus of Ryerson University. You will have small classroom up to 30 students instead of 300 students, and you will have Ryerson instructors. But instructors will teach you as international students. They know that English is not your first language. They will slow down to explain you something. They will spend extra time on explaining you the requirements of different projects and assignments. So this is very important. And as I said, getting into university is much easier through Ryerson University International College because it is the admission requirements are lower. And I will show you all the admission requirements for Colombian students in a second. Okay, so here's the map of the Ryerson University. So you can see probably, yeah, so here is Ryerson and everything is walkable distance. So there is, I don't know, all the touristic destinations are here basically. And please always Google where you're going, where is your institution located, because some of the institutions are saying we are in Toronto, but actually sometimes people travel for 2 hours, you know, to get there. So Ryerson is actually in downtown. It's a very large university. We have 40,000 students altogether. And Ryerson, talking about the rankings, is top 10 Canadian comprehensive university, also top 2% of the best universities in the world. And 93% of the programs have a work component, which is very important, right? So basically, apart from knowledge, theoretical knowledge at university, you can actually practice it on doing co-ops, internships, and other work placements during your study. So regarding the partners, we have up to 200 partners with different companies such as Deloitte, PwC, IBM, Coca-Cola, Circus du Soleil, and there's so many more. So these companies actually hire international students during their studies for part-time jobs and co-ops and internships and after graduation as well. They also usually invited as guest speakers for our students. So it does really help for networking opportunities. And another interesting thing, what I want to say, that we have business incubators. We have 10 business incubators on campus. Each incubator is responsible for a specific industry. So basically, if your parents in Colombia have a fashion business and you want to build this business in Canada, so what you can do, apart from your studies, you can actually go, let's say, to the Fashion Zone incubator, and there you will be attached to a mentor who will actually guide you how to build a business startup in fashion. You will have lots of competitions, get together, workshops. You will meet investors who would potentially could invest money in your startup or business. So it is very, very entrepreneurial spirit at Ryerson. So you can see some numbers, how many startups were incubated and how much money were raised at our zone learning incubators. And talking about the programs. So first of all, I want to say that if you are planning to come to Canada now, as soon as possible, then January would be right intake for you. So we have still open spaces for January 2022. Moreover, we offer scholarship of 2,000 Canadian dollars for January students, but you need to apply first in order to compete for the scholarship. So we also have May intake and September intake for those of you who cannot make it to January. Just keep in mind that visa takes time, right? Sometimes it takes quite a long time. That's why if you are aiming to come to in January, please just apply this week, I would say. This would be one of the latest deadlines. So we have business management, international economics and finance, and arts streams, basically. And what I want to highlight is just a few programs that are very, very on demand, I would say, and people really want to take such programs. So from the business programs, marketing, of course, this is one of the most popular ones. And another one is entrepreneurship. entrepreneurship, and environment and urban sustainability, because people work for the government sector as well as working for for the private companies as well. HR, law and business. Law and business is highly popular just because students who wanna somewhat be related to law in Canada, so they choose this program. Real estate management, it's another one. Why? Because basically it's booming. It's always booming in Toronto, right? So I really, really encourage students to look into this field, because it's not only about selling real estate, it's also about marketing it and basically working with developers, working on sustainability of different projects. So which is pretty cool. Psychology is booming. I think maybe it is because of COVID as well. So who doesn't need a psychologist nowadays? So another interesting place to be. International economics and finance. We're next to the financial district. So, and I really encourage you to pay attention to this field. Most of the programs, they have co-ops and internships and work placements when you can make money basically and get experience. I wanted to ask, can you see me still? Can you see my video? I know that you can see my screen, but can you see my face?
Yeah, the video too. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I don't know. Now it doesn't show on my phone either. It's very weird. It's Halloween coming in Canada, you know, so I think some spirits are not letting me connect properly.
Yeah, kind of creepy.
Very creepy. Anyway, okay, so what else? These are the admission requirements you see on your screen for English. Basically, the minimum we accept is IELTS 5.0 and TOEFL 60 and a Duolingo 85. We do accept Duolingo, right? So which is very convenient during pandemic. If none of you want to do IELTS, TOEFL, or Duolingo, it is not a problem. We have our own internal test. So we can do online test for you. It's 1 hour and it's free of charge. And here we go. You see the admission requirements for Colombian students. So we need bachillerato with 70% average in 4 academic subjects. So this is what we require for business and arts programs. And only for one program, international economics and finance, we require additionally 75% in mathematics minimum. If you do not have good math grades from your high school and you want to enter economics and finance program, it is okay. We can add additionally, we can add the course, math course for you, but you will need to start your program a bit earlier, okay? So this is the slide basically just explaining we have 3 semesters, each of them is 4 months. And you know what's interesting, that within a year, you need to complete 10 courses, 10 credits. This is what Ryerson is requesting. It doesn't matter, either you enter the university through Ryerson University International College or through directly through Ryerson University. It doesn't really matter. You have to complete 10 courses, 10 credits. So what happens is, instead of 2 semesters at Ryerson University International College, we created 3 semesters. Why? Just because we want you to be less busy. We want you to have less exams per semester. This is very important, especially for international students. It does help to navigate through the studies and busy schedule. So the price is 29,140 Canadian dollars per year. Canadian dollars is cheaper than American dollar. So in US, that would be about 26, I think, thousand US dollars per year. So now comparing with public colleges. So public colleges are approximately like 18,000 Canadian dollars. It will be cheaper, but the return on investment gonna take you much longer. And trust me, after a few years, when you move to Canada, you will realize that you need to complete your bachelor degree in order to progress to better jobs, not the entry-level jobs. So that is why I always encourage students to do it at once, you know, Don't make my mistake, because in the past I came for a short-term program to college, 1-year program, and it was quite stressful. Now I have to do master's degree, and they didn't even take my postgraduate from the college into consideration at all. Only my master's, only my bachelor from Russia helped me to get to the master's. I had to even pass IELTS, even though I was working in Canada for 7 years. I did my postgraduate studies in English. It doesn't matter for them, you know? So, and if you're doing bachelor's in a college, some universities, like University of Toronto, let's say, Ryerson University, they will not accept bachelor students from a college. Just so you know, this is like information that is not given usually to the international students. I just want to be transparent so you understand. And now when I'm doing my master's, I have already 2 kids, full-time job, and it is so crazy, guys. So basically, I'm doing it part-time, and it's going to take me 3 years. 3 years. It's crazy. So everything, bottom line, what my tips and suggestions are: do everything on time. You know, do everything on time, just don't delay. If you can afford it, just do that. Okay, so basically summary, I'm trying to make it quick because I have another group of students who are going to be presenting today, which is very exciting. So, okay, what we learned today about Ryerson and Ryerson University International College. It is downtown location, very career focused. It's not only theory, but also practicum. You will have access to different internships and work placements. What else? We have smaller classrooms, up to 30 students, and we have student support. So because some of our staff, we used to be international students like myself, so we are like a small family. We understand that first year is the most difficult one for anybody. So basically, we try to support the students during this first year, especially. Easier admission requirements. So we have strong academic team, and we have incubators, right? So you can start your business and startup during your Ryerson bachelor degree studies. And we also have boot camps. I actually didn't mention about boot camps. Okay, as another example, let's say you want to study marketing and you want to apply for a job, either part-time job or full-time job. And you meet all the requirements. You have like education at Ryerson, but they're asking knowledge of, I don't know, Excel or knowledge of Salesforce. And you're like, oh my God, I never worked in Salesforce. I actually don't have any idea. And what do I do now? Basically, you can take this dedicated boot camp on let's say Salesforce, Excel, presentation skills, working with a PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. So basically, Ryerson provides its students up to 30 free of charge courses in order to help you to get to your dream job. You get a certificate at the end, you get knowledge, of course, and you get a badge, digital badge that you can attach to your LinkedIn profile. It does really help students to basically upgrade their skills and add it to their resume. It is pretty cool. And what else? The facilities. Oh my God, we have amazing and iconic facilities. One of my favorite ones is the Matame Athletic Center. It is, there is a stadium with a huge hockey rink where we have varsity teams playing, and within like minutes it converts to a stage where Elvis Presley and Madonna were performing. So it is true fact. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Here you can see how we support international students on the personal and academic level. And those of you who want to apply, please do it through Study Now. We have a free of charge application. And within 2-3 days, you get the letter of offer if you have transcripts ready and you attach your passport. So it is pretty easy. Okay, and then you pay the deposit. Deposit is around like $5,000 US, and then you get your letter of acceptance that you can use in order to apply for the study permit and visa. Okay, so do you have any questions for now? Let me know.
Lena, thank you very, very much for your time, for your space today in our presentation. We remind the students that are today with us that you can type your questions in the chat so that we can tell Lena, well, which are your doubts and questions. Let me see if there's something in the chat. I know that Alina has shared with us her social networks, her Instagram, so that you can follow her and you can be connected with all the things that are happening right now at the University of her life in Canada. So we're very, very, very thankful for that, Alina. Well,
Yes.
you told us. Okay, move on. Don't worry.
Yeah, I have while we're waiting for the questions, if there are any, I want to share with you a very cool video of Ryerson. It is my favorite one. Just 1 second. I just will find it for you. It is really cool. Hopefully you enjoyed as well.
Hey, how's it going? Something on your mind? Video games? Friends? School? School, hey? You've got a big choice to make. There's a lot to consider. Like, a lot. I think I can help. Here's what I found on the web. Location is important. And look, Ryerson is in the heart of downtown Toronto, home to a super tall tower and the longest street in the world. Green space? Got it. Skylights? Check. Converted warehouse? Wow. They were even voted one of the most beautiful universities in Canada. Nice. What's next? Should we look at programs? Whoa, they've got all sorts of undergraduate and graduate programs. They've also got a bunch of research centers, institutes, and labs, co-ops, internships, and field placements, if you're into that sort of thing. And they've created thousands of jobs in Ryerson zones. Zones. Wait, what are zones? Oh, check this out. Zone learning is where you can find workshops, boot camps, and mentorships to develop skills like teamwork, communication, and project management. Those would come in handy when you start a real job. Or if you wanted to get a pet. Dogs make great study buddies, and the RU therapy dogs love a good cuddle. They're just one of the many support programs available at Ryerson. Oh, so cute. Anyway, back to that big choice you have to make. I hope it doesn't feel so big now. It does seem that by choosing Ryerson, you really are choosing a world of possibility. Did you know Toronto goes by many different monikers, including Hollywood North, TO, T-Dot, and most recently the Six, just to name a few? Would you like to hear more? Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Yes, we are right here. And the video was really, really, really nice. Very interesting.
I like it. Yes.
It
Thank
calls
you.
the station, really, really, it does. Well, Alena, thank you very much for this time, for this space. One of our questions our students have is related, for example, in terms of accommodation. Maybe you managed it in your presentation, but we would like to get a little more detail about it. In Ryerson University, for example, do you have international student residences, or do you have like other alliances with, for example, homestay institutions? How does it work for our students?
Yes, we have a few options for you. We have downtown residences, and the price depends on what is the accommodation type, you know, because sometimes in a residence that you're sharing a washroom with somebody, so it's a bit cheaper, or you have like a private studio, it's more expensive. So there are a few of them, like we're working with like 3 residences altogether, and there are also homestays. So I personally lived in a homestay when I was a student, just to save money and improve my English. So it is one of the options for you as well there. Yeah, there are options, of course. And I see there are more students who came. Are they new?
Yeah, there are new students connecting with us. So as It's 11:37, and it's also like your space, your time for the second presentation. You can go on with the second show. We remind our students that now we will continue again with the Ryerson University presentation. So if you have already seen it, you are invited to check other rooms, other institutions. But if you're new in a room, you're invited to stay with us and with Alina from Ryerson University. Welcome again.
Yeah, thank you everyone who just listened to me. I know there's like rotation happening. So let me just share my screen with you. And sorry for double screen. It's just because of the technical issues. I have to present from my phone and from my laptop. Here we go. So today we're going to be talking about the Ryerson University International College. It is located in downtown Toronto, and I actually presenting from my home right now. I love this location personally because I was an international student myself in the past, and I did come to study as an international student, and I was looking for different options, and I chose downtown location as well, just so I get more job opportunities, networking opportunities, and I really always invite students to look into the downtown location first of all, because the jobs are out there usually, you know, not in the smaller cities. I mean, there are in the smaller cities as well, but of course, in the bigger ones, there are more options. Okay, so Toronto is, as you heard already from me, it's a very busy city, and most of the young people, as well as Canadian young students, they tend to come to Toronto from smaller cities and provinces just to build their career in life in Toronto. It's very diverse. So, for instance, I'm from Russia originally, and my husband, who was an international student before, he is from India. And now we have two daughters, so they're considered to be Canadians now, right? So they're first generation Canadians. So before we jump into, actually, let me tell you more first about the Ryerson University, and then I'll explain you what is the difference between Ryerson University and Ryerson University International College. That would be more clear, I think. Okay, so here you can see the map, right? The map of basically location as well as the other touristic destinations. So it is a very key and essential location. Everything is walkable distance. If you like museums, it's here. You know, if there is a financial district you're looking for, it's also here. Baseball, I don't know, hockey games, concerts, everything is happening in downtown Toronto. It is quite a large university, so we have 40,000 students altogether. And let me just try something here. So 40,000 students, and it's top 10 Canadian comprehensive university for student satisfaction, and it's in top 2% of the best universities in the world. And most of the programs, you can see the number here, 93% of the programs have work placements. It is so important for international students, right? So you want to get quality education, but really the main goal of all of us is finding a job. We all want to find a job in Canada. We want to be successful. We want to make money. Some of us want to bring our parents here. So that's why I always highlighted that universities not always provide only theoretical knowledge in Canada. This is like one of the myths. People think that, okay, if it's a university, then I get just only theory. This is not always true. Ryerson has work placements, okay? So as you can see, most of the programs. And moreover, we have up to 150 partnerships. So we partnered with many companies such as Coca-Cola, IBM, Cirque du Soleil, and Toronto Stock Exchange, Deloitte. There are many more that are not on the screen. So these companies, they hire students. They hire them during studies and after graduation. Apart from this, apart from learning and all your assignments and exams and getting education at Ryerson, you can build your business and startup during your studies. We have business incubators. We have 10 business incubators. Each business incubator is responsible for a specific industry. You can see biomedical, clean energy, design, digital media, fashion, legal, iBoost. So many more, science, transmedia. So these are the basically incubators where you can apply your knowledge. You can collect a team of peers and you can build a startup in Canada. You can find potential investors and raise funds. So you can see some numbers. These are statistics for 2019. And it is pretty cool. It's pretty cool how much money students make, and that they bring value to the Canadian economy as well. Okay, the programs. We have 13 majors at the moment for the Ryerson University International College. And, you know, we have 3 intakes. We have 3 intakes. We have January, May, and September. If you're interested in January intake, I really suggest to apply as soon as possible because you barely will have time to apply for the Canadian visa. So for January intake students, we have some scholarships left. We have $2,000 scholarship, but first you need to apply. You need to apply through Study Now so they can actually help you with application. And what are the programs? You can see in the bottom of the screen here all the majors that we offer. Okay, so the most popular is marketing from business programs. From arts, psychology is the most popular one. Real estate management is really in demand and booming industry in Toronto. Economics and management, entrepreneurship, especially at Ryerson because of the business incubators, is pretty cool to study entrepreneurship. Sorry. Environment and urban sustainability. It's a buzzword in North America because people work for government and private organizations. Global management, HR, another one, international economics and finance. Why international economics and finance? I really highlighted because we are close proximity to the financial district, and students are getting really good jobs in finance and economics. And law and business, another really good highlight for you. So if you want to be a lawyer in Canada, you have to do your bachelor's and then you have to go to law school, like a graduate program. So law and business is a bachelor. So it's basically your first step towards becoming a lawyer. And you can also just graduate after law and business program, and you can already work. Okay, you can already work. Basically in corporate law. It is also one of the options. So I promised you to explain you this slide at the beginning before we go to the admissions. So basically, as an international student, you have 2 choices. You can enter university directly. This is pretty clear, I think, or you can go to Ryerson University through Ryerson University International College. Why? What is it for? I'm basically going to answer you. So we're talking about bachelor programs, right? So after your school in Colombia, you can enter university directly, as I said, or go to the Ryerson University International College. Basically, it is international year 1 experience. You spend 1 year with us, and then you progress to the 2nd year of Ryerson University. And hold on here, don't think it is a foundation. It is not foundational program, okay? You're not wasting time and money. You're spending 4 years in total as any other bachelor degree. You're spending the same amount of money. But what it does is basically helps you to progress, helps you not to fail. And it is created especially for international students like you. So you feel comfortable. You have less, why comfortable? Because you have less students per class. You have 30 students maximum. If you go directly, you will have 200 students sometimes in class, 300 students. You feel the difference, right? You will be on campus of Ryerson University. You will have Ryerson University instructors, which is the same, but you will have less courses per semester. So you have less exams to pass in each semester. You have easier admission requirements, and you will have extra support from professors and from our support team and academic advisors. Why we created this? Why to make it so complicated? Basically, because the first year for every international, for any immigrant or a newcomer, it is the most difficult. I just remember myself when I came to Canada. And usually some of the students, they don't study well. Why? Because of this emotional instability. They feel homesick. They feel they don't understand Canadian slang. They don't understand Canadian system, what this professor is asking. They shy to ask in class extra question because the rest of people in the class, they're Canadians, you know? It is very intimidating. It could be very challenging. That is why we created this Ryerson University International College. Basically, you have this extra 1 year to become more familiar with the Canadian system, to be in class with the same international students like you, and feel fine about it. You know, you're in the same boat, you're in the same shoes with them. So which is pretty cool, I feel like. I hope you agree. Okay, let me show you the oh, by the way, apart from the these majors, we have lots of minors, and usually students, in order to compete for better jobs and better salaries, they decide to do one major and one extra minor, or two extra minors, just in order to stand out. And we have like up to 80 different minors. So there's a lot of options. For instance, I had a student who want to do fashion. So she's doing business as a major and fashion as a minor. I had another student who want to do criminology. So she's doing psychology as a major and criminology as a minor. So there are combinations like this that we can find with you. Okay, admission. You see IELTS, TOEFL, and Duolingo requirements. We require at least 5.0 IELTS or 60 TOEFL and 85 Duolingo. Very, very doable. Again, easier admission requirements for Ryerson University International College. If you decide to enter directly university, there will be at least 6.5. So Ryerson University International College, easier admission requirements. And we also have free English test. So we can actually arrange a test for you, and you do not need to spend time and money on IELTS and TOEFL or Duolingo. We can arrange it if you want to. It's online. Colombian students, for you to study, we need you to have bachillerato with 70% average in 4 academic subjects, okay? If you want to join our International Economics and Finance program, you also need to have 75% in mathematics. If you don't have mathematics and you want to join this finance program, it's okay. We can add math as an additional course for extra charge. So each semester is 4 months, as I showed you. Then you progress to the second year of Ryerson. Pretty straightforward. Price is 29,000 Canadian. It is about 26,000 US dollars. Feel the difference, right? Canadian dollars versus US dollar. Canadian's usually cheaper. And if you can afford bachelor degree, I really suggest you to go with a bachelor degree. Why I'm saying it, there are options in the market. There are colleges, public colleges, there are private colleges you will see, and the prices are cheaper there. But don't go for the price always, you know, because in the long run, you will see when you come to Canada that almost every employer is asking for bachelor degree at least, or master's degree. And if you're completing bachelor degree and a college level, it is not always recognized. If you want to do masters at the beginning, after, if you want to do master's program. So some of the universities, like very well-known universities, they may not take you for their master's program. Why I'm saying it, because I was one of the students who did the college program at the beginning, and then it was challenging after. So, and right now I'm doing my master's degree at the university level. And I have 2 kids and I have full-time job and I'm doing it part-time. So it's going to take me 3 years, you know. So what I'm saying is my postgraduate studies really not considered by the employers. Okay. So I have a bachelor back home, but what I'm suggesting you is university is a really in demand. It actually makes you to stand out. It's more foundational. Okay, so bottom line here, downtown location, career-focused education with all the internships, work placements, smaller classrooms, and student support and easy admission requirements, as well as support of our academic advisors. We also have business incubators and amazing facilities. We have like a stadium where Madonna and Elvis Presley performed. We have boot camps where you can actually take free courses on Salesforce, Python, Excel, and so many more other courses that you can take in order to, again, add it to your resume. We support students on academic and personal level. And our admission is free of charge. So when you apply, you don't pay anything. It's free of charge. And within 2 days, you get the letter of offer. Okay. And then in order to get the letter of acceptance, you need to pay the deposit of 7,000 Canadian dollars. I believe it's 5,000 US dollars. And you apply for the Canadian visa, which is pretty cool. So please share your questions if you have any. I will be sharing my Instagram with you. Please connect if you need any help and if you want to see how Canadian, new Canadians, I call ourselves, right? Live. And I'm also doing some career counseling for international students, helping them to find jobs in Canada. So please connect. And if you don't have any questions, I'm going to share again the screen and show you the video. Okay.
Hey, how's it going? Something on your mind? Video games? Friends? School? School, hey? You've got a big choice to make. There's a lot to consider. Like, a lot. I think I can help. Here's what I found on the web. Location is important. And look, Ryerson is in the heart of downtown Toronto, home to a super tall tower and the longest street in the world. Green space? Got it. Skylights? Check. Converted warehouse? Wow. They were even voted one of the most beautiful universities in Canada. Nice. What's next? Should we look at programs? Whoa, they've got all sorts of undergraduate and graduate programs. They've also got a bunch of research centers, institutes, and labs, co-ops, internships, and field placements, if you're into that sort of thing. And they've created thousands of jobs in Ryerson zones. Zones. Wait, what are zones? Oh, check this out. Zone learning is where you can find workshops, boot camps, and mentorships to develop skills like teamwork, communication, and project management. Those would come in handy when you start a real job. Or if you wanted to get a pet. Dogs make great study buddies, and the RU Therapy dogs love a good cuddle. They're just one of the many support programs available at Ryerson. Oh, so cute. Anyway, back to that big choice you have to make. I hope it doesn't feel so big now. It does seem that by choosing Ryerson, you really are choosing a world of possibility. Did you know Toronto goes by many different monikers, including Hollywood North, TO, T-Dot, and most recently the Six, just to name a few? Would you like to hear more? Are you still there?
Perfect. Are you still there? Thank you very much.
Here we are, Lena. Thank you very much for presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And please connect and have a good day, everyone. Okay. Adiós. Hasta la vista.